Hi everyone, my name is Connie. I am a new nurse practitioner, and if you're like me, when you're a new nurse practitioner, you are more concentrated on how to pass the test, what do I need to study, getting a job, what's the policies and procedures of your new job, hopefully you've gotten one. All those things that some things get put on the back burner as far as what's going to take up space in your brain. There's only so much, I'm here to tell you. So recently, if you are a nurse practitioner in Ohio, we recently went through some changes with the Ohio Board of Nursing in different laws that affect us. So I have been researching what those laws are and how it pertains to me and all those good things. So you will see a video on that. If you are a nurse practitioner in Ohio, stay tuned for that. But for now, I wanted to go over what the requirements are, and I have them print out here, what the requirements are for the American Academy of Nurse Practitioners, which is AANP for short. And this is the certifying body that I have my certification through. So I needed to be on top of that so that I can track what I need to track. I got certified in June of 2016. Right now it is April 2017, so I probably should have been tracking all along, but it kind of got put on the back burner because of getting a new job and all those things I mentioned earlier. So, plus I also started a bullet journal for my job, and it's upside down, a bullet journal for my job. And I will have a video on this later, also how I have it set up. Also my NP binder, that will be later as well. So stay tuned for those. But for now, renewal requirements for the nurse practitioner that is certified through AANP. First thing is you have to have 1,000 hours of clinical practice. A nurse practitioner through AANP has to recertify or renew their license every 5 years. So far, that's what we have to do. Obviously within the 5 years they can change things and whatnot, so you have to keep on top of all of the changes that may occur. So it's really not a lot of hours. 1,000 hours divided by 5 years and 52 weeks, 5 days a week, it really comes out to be something like 4 hours a week. You should be able to get 1,000 hours within your first year in practice if you practice full time. Second requirement, minimum of 100 hours of advanced CE applicable to the population focus. So I'm assuming that means that whatever specialty you're in, that 100 hours has to be focused on that. So currently I am a nurse practitioner in a spine surgery clinic, and so I assume that 100 hours needs to be focused toward the spine or medications that are geared toward the treatment of spine disorders. Of those 100 hours, 25 needs to be advanced practice pharmacology. Again, so 25 of those 100 hours can be or must be pharmacology. Obviously you can have more than that, and from what I hear, and probably will happen with me as well, 100 credit hours are going to be nothing over 5 years. That's 20 credit hours a year. Surely you can do that. There are so many out there. There's free ones all over the place. Everybody should be able to do that, and especially if you want to be a good practitioner, you definitely want to keep up with your education. So the next one is one that I was not aware of as far as the AANP, but it is precepting of an NP or interdisciplinary student at the advanced healthcare professional level may be used at a conversion rate of 120 preceptor hours, not to exceed 25 non-pharmacology credits. Next is, of course, you have to have a current registered nurse license and everything that entails keeping your registered nurse license up to date and legal. So in Ohio we have to have 24 credit hours to keep our registered nurse license valid, and also of course pay the renewal fee by the expiration date. This year for Ohio is the renewal year, or the odd years, so this is another reason why I'm going through this. The next thing is Applicable graduate coursework is acceptable for continuing education and must be accompanied by a transcript. So like myself, last year I had a class, spring quarter last year, and so I might be able to use some of that credit hours. Of course, you have to have a basic life support. So CPR, you have to know your CPR and be certified in CPR. And all of this, again, must be done within a 5-year period. So that is to recertify with continuing education and clinical practice hours. That's option 1. Option 2, of course, you can also do, if you don't want to do continuing credit hours and all of those other things, you can take the test again. And physician assistants have to take their test every 5 years. So if that's something you want to do, go for it. I probably will be doing the continuing education credits because I'm going to be doing them anyway to keep up with my education. So those are the requirements for AANP.